Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics, and it's that time of the week again. It's time for the Undervalued Key Show! And this is actually the second part of a two-part Undervalued Key Show. And so if you didn't watch last week's episode, some of this might not make some sense here. I would recommend going and watching last week's episode and then coming back and watching this week's episode. Um, yeah, so we got a CGC box in the mail. It's already empty now, and like I said, you might want to watch last week's episode because it's the most it's the most depressing shipping job you've ever seen. But the books arrived safely, and that's what matters, right, guys? They got here. I would not recommend doing that though. And if you're curious, hey, like I said, go watch last week's Undervalued Key show, and you'll see the craziness. All right, guys, I do want to let you guys know about my 300 subscriber giveaway. We're going to be giving this book away when we hit 300 subscribers. We'll be raffling it off. It's the Absolute Carnage #1 Murder Rose variant store exclusive cover. And yeah, all you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel, and that'll give you a chance to win. And when we hit 300 subscribers, I'll be raffling the book off, and somebody's gonna win the book based on comments, and I'll put a video up notifying the winner. All right, guys, let's get dived into what the undervalued key of the week is. And like I said, it was what it did come, and I already opened it, so we're gonna cover the grades like usual. And the undervalued key of the week is Venom #7. Oh, I know I'm gonna get some hate on this one because it's a new comic book. Ooh, but hear me out, guys. Stay tuned and hear me out. There's some really good reasons for this, and the first one is honestly, my kid and I love this character, and that honestly matters a lot in collecting. It just does, man. We really like this character. We think he's cool, and I don't know if he's going places. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. We'll talk about that. So, but it's the first appearance of Dylan Brock, and he's Eddie Brock's son, and he currently in the current Venom story arc is bonded with Venom, and he's the current Venom, and he's just he's a really cool character, and this is his first cameo appearance right here in Venom #7. And I went ahead and I, like last week, we'll talk about that in a second. I did go all out, and I got the 9/8 version of the book, and we will talk about why I did that here in just a second. As long as I safely make sure both of those books, the prize winner book and this book, don't drop on the floor. All right, so here we go. We got Venom #7, and it is the undervalued key of the week. Now we're gonna talk about why, and we're gonna go into some numbers and everything like that, like usual. Now the first thing I do want to point out is that, like usual, we assess everything about the comic book, right? Now, the first thing that you see when you see the comic book is this really, really, really amazing cover right here, done by Stegman. It is just an awesome, awesome Stegman cover, and you've got Eddie Brock as Venom, kind of transmorphing into Venom, like, you know what I'm saying, and you can see that half of him is still not completely turned into Venom yet, and the other half of him is. And I love this cover. This cover is awesome. Yeah. You can't say enough about covers. If a cover pops, that really does help and add to the attractiveness of the comic, right? So awesome cover by Stegman. And then the next thing we've got going for this book is it is the first appearance of Dylan Brock in cameo. And Dylan Brock is Eddie Brock's son, around a high school aged kid, and he currently, in the current Venom arc, Eddie Brock has become King in Black. Sorry, spoilers. I'm sorry, guys, for current, if you haven't been keeping up with current comic books. But yeah, so Eddie Brock is currently the King in Black, and he's kind of stuck in this space thing being written by Al Ewing, and he's trying to battle them. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, though, Venom, the symbiote, and Dylan Brock, Eddie Brock's son, are actually bonded and fighting bad guys and doing things on Earth. So it's been a really good run. I'm really enjoying it, and I kind of think I honestly think Dylan Brock is a character that's gonna stick around. Um, and there's an additional kind of thing to that. Now, as always, I sometimes get into a little bit of speculative mode here, and who knows. But another thing that could be something for this book that maybe in the future, we see giant value jumps for this book. Hey guys, can the Venom actor can he play that part, you know, forever? I don't think so. At some point he's gonna have to retire, right? And when he starts to get a little bit older and retires, I don't know, guys. Is the Venom franchise still going so strong at that point that Sony decides, let's do the 2019, maybe it's like 2017 to 2020 and into to now. Let's do some of that storyline with King in Black and have Dylan introduced, and then try to get everybody liking Dylan so that we can then continue this series with a new actor with Dylan. Hey man, you never know with these things. That's a lot, and I like the comic book. One of the things that I always want to point out on the Undervalued Keys show, and forgot to last week, I'm sorry, but hey, when you speculate on a comic book, make sure that you love the comic book. Because if your speculation doesn't pay off, and this thing isn't worth $1,000 or even $100 or even what you paid for it in 10, 20 years, you still want to be happy with your purchase. And I'm definitely happy with this one. I love Dylan Brock and I love this cover, and I'm happy to add this one to the collection. And this was the same thing for the X-Force 11. I forgot to tell you guys, but yeah, I love that cover, love the comic book, love Domino, and yeah, if it doesn't go anywhere, if she's not in Deadpool 3, that's fine. If he doesn't go anywhere and he's not in Venom 7, Dylan Brock, I'm saying, I'm fine. That's okay. I'm speculating. Maybe they're going to do something. Maybe they won't, right? Sometimes that's fun. And I just love the book. Now let's get into some numbers. So this one here is actually, okay, I've had the number. I'm done. October 10th, 2018. So he's been around since 2018. So for only about 4 years now. He's not that old of a character. And so, yeah, that kind of is reflective in the CGC census. There are 1,229 copies of this book on the CGC census. I'm going to assume as the years continue, there will probably be more, especially if we see some more price jumps in the 9.8 of his first appearance number 7. So let's get into some prices. Now I do want to say in a raw, you can find this book. There were sold listings on eBay for anywhere from $10 to $30. So the book is out there in raw and can be found for not too much. Now we'll jump into some 9.8 data. There are 813 9.8s on CGC's census. And currently right now, there is a buy it now with the shipping included of $110 plus tax on eBay that you can buy. Not saying to do that. Again, I did it again, guys. I think I was only like $3 less than the next lowest. But I did it again. I'm definitely notorious for it now. In the last 2 months, I was the low. And I was able to skim those $3 that made me the low by bundling together with another book with the X-Force 11. So that's a really good tip that I wanted to give you guys too in these two episodes. Sometimes bundling can really save you on shipping. So with this particular one, the seller originally had each book listed with a $13.50 shipping and handling charge. And then when I won the bids, I didn't pay right away. I sent him a message through eBay and asked him if he'd be willing to bundle the shipping, and if so, could he send me an invoice? And he was really nice. He went ahead and said yes, I can bundle the shipping, and sent me an invoice for $15 for both books. So each book only cost me the $7 for shipping and handling, or $7.50 roughly. Yeah. So yeah, that's another way to like lower your costs a little bit on these purchases, and get yourself some purchases like me where you bought it for the lowest price anybody else has in the last 2 months. All right, guys. So I was the low with $85, and there was a high sale with shipping included plus tax of $110. So the buy it now is about the same price as somebody else had paid for it. Now again, this is another book just like last week with the X-Force 11. I actually highly recommend against buying a 9.496 of this particular book. It's definitely really early, and you don't know where this is going to go, and the prices of the 9694 are just too close to the 98 that if the book ever does go anywhere, you're really going to be kicking yourself had you not just spent the extra $20 and went ahead and got yourself a 9.8 copy. Because we have 9.6s with a buy it now, shipping included, plus tax, $75 of the 9.6. And again, Go Collect went ahead and showed me 9.6 data, and that was all they would let me see. So they had a fair market value of $65 and a 1-year average of $70 on the book. And there were not a lot of sales of 9.6s. There were 2 in the last 2 months. Like I said, don't buy a 9.6. I'm covering the data because sort of part of the show, and some of the books this does matter, right? So the low and the high was $70 for this book. So yeah, I feel bad for whoever did that, because for only $15 more, I got a 9.8. Yeah, don't buy a 9.6 unless you could get it for like $40 or something, you know. They did have a 9.4 listed, and there's only 57 9.4 copies in the world, and so there are a couple up on eBay for shipping included, $86 plus tax. And yeah, definitely don't buy that. If you were listening to all these numbers, don't buy that one now. Nope. And there are no sold copies of a 9.4 in the last 2 months. So nobody else is doing that. Like I said, it's one of those ones you don't want to get. Either you want to get it raw and probably keep it raw if it's not going to get that 9.8, or get the 9.8, because anything in between and yeah, it's just not a wise investment there. All right, so that's what I have today. The undervalued key of the week is Venom number 7, the first cameo appearance of Dylan Brock, Eddie Brock's son, and currently the person that's bonded with Venom in the current main title. All right, guys, that's what I have today. Undervalued key of the week is Venom number 7. Remember, if you guys do like this kind of content, hey, like, comment, and subscribe, and give yourself a chance to win the Absolute Carnage number 1 Murdero's store exclusive variant cover. And if you want to help support the channel, hey, click the link below and shop on my eBay store, and I'll send you some comic books. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day.